Hi everyone, it's Don and I hope you're having a fantastic day. Well, today's the day. Today's the day I have to announce a group cruise for 2023, where hopefully everything is back to normal. So this year's group cruises were huge. We had a huge amount of people getting ready to go on the cruises, but because of the pandemic and changes in situations and it wasn't quite open when, a lot of people dropped out because they were just worried it wouldn't be a good experience. Yet we still have a lot of people on those cruises. And now it's time to look at 2023, where we're hoping everything will be back to normal. And I want to try and just blow a ship away, just almost sell it out, and just have a ton of people on there and just have a ton of fun. And I thought, what can a Canadian offer to a lot of people who are out there following me on the channel and something a little unique but not too far away, something that everyone can do and get to fairly easy, like traveling to Europe, traveling to Australia. It's a little difficult, so I like to do one cruise at least that everyone can get to. And so I chose, are you ready? I chose a cruise along the East Coast. I chose a US-Canada 10-day cruise. Now, I was looking at a whole bunch of different cruise lines, and I had to check with, ships I would trust, cruise lines I would trust, the ship capacity to make sure there were enough cabins already on board and they weren't already booked up by other groups, as well as the stops that they were doing. And I finally chose the Caribbean Princess, which, if you've been following this channel for a long time, you know my very, very first cruise that I took with this channel was on the Caribbean Princess. So I think that's kind of neat that we're going to jump back on board. I love the ship. The design is very nice, and the food has always been good, and it's gonna have a reefer before going into service for us next year for this cruise. The cruise is on September 19th. It's a 10-day cruise leaving out of New York City. And here's the stops. We go from New York City into Newport. That's right, we're going into Newport, the home of the rich, right? Those people. And you can see some of the most stunning countryside mansions that you'll ever want to see. I don't know about you, but I watch the Home and Garden channel all the time, and I watch renovation shows, and I just love seeing those houses, and just imagine one day winning $1 billion in the lottery and being able to afford some of those houses. So Newport is our first stop. Then we head into historic Boston, where you can do everything from history tours to city life to going on a tour of Fenway Park if you want. So if you're a baseball fan, you know what? I haven't been to Fenway Park in a long, long time. 50 years. So I'd kind of be cool to get back there for myself. Then we're also talking about Bar Harbor, Maine. Yes, that controversial stop where they're canceling large ships. They're not canceling large ships. You know the story. But if they don't go to Bar Harbor, Maine, I'm sure they'll add another location along the way. Then we head into Canada, where we stop in New Brunswick, St. John, New Brunswick. A very beautiful country setting, lots to do. If you're a nature lover, this part is going to be going great for you. Remember, September is the beginning of the fall colors up in Canada. It's not cold yet, but it is absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous scenery as you're cruising along the coast. From there, we head into Halifax, where I was born. That's right, I was born in Halifax, Nova Scotia. Historic Halifax. It's right close to Peggy's Cove. There's lots and lots of history, Titanic history. You're going to learn a lot about Halifax if you come on this cruise, and a lot of the history in that area. They have the old fort right there in the center of the city that overlooks the cruise port. They have a huge setup down by the cruise port now for foodies who have all these different shacks that are like poutine and lobster rolls, beaver tails. You don't know what beaver tails are? You're in for a treat. And I mean that sincerely. Then we head off to Sydney, Nova Scotia on Cape Breton Island, and it's a beautiful, beautiful little location. Lots of places to tour around there. They have a skywalk. They have one beautiful market area in there. If you're love just going out and shopping and seeing all the outdoor markets, it's kind of indoors, but you'll see what I mean when you see the pictures and get there. And then we head to Charlottetown with the red sandy beaches of Prince Edward Island and the Anne of Green Gables, and one of the most picturesque islands you'll ever see. There is so much space and so many beaches and so much coastline. You're right near you sail through the Bay of Fundy around this area. You have Cabot's Trail that is just absolutely gorgeous. If you're, like I said, some of the best scenery you will ever see. And it's right in our own backyard. And that's kind of the neat thing, I think, that all this stuff is, yes, we head off to the Caribbean, we head off to the Bahamas, we head off to Jamaica, we go to Mexico, and we forget about all the beautiful things and the history of our own countries. And I think this cruise would be perfect to learn a lot about and see some of the best that our country has to offer, Canada and the US along the East Coast. Finally, the cruise ends up for an overnight stay. So we arrive in the morning on one day and we don't get off until the next day, which means you can head off to dining. It's Quebec City. They have Old Town. They have some beautiful, beautiful restaurants there. They have city tours. You can even take a bus to Montreal and fly out of Montreal if you want to spend a couple days in Montreal. It's culturally significant for Canada to visit the old area of Montreal. It's a beautiful area to walk around. The history in Quebec City is all over the place and on full display. And not to mention some amazing, amazing restaurants in Quebec City, especially along the waterfront. It is a great place to get off the ship and book a restaurant and have an evening dinner and then get a late night coming back to the ship, where you don't have to rush back to the ship because you're sailing away. You don't want to miss the ship. Well, the ship's not going anywhere, and you can even get off and just go to a hotel if you wanted to, if you want to stay at one of the swanky hotels in Quebec City. But why not just head back to the beautiful Caribbean Princess, spend the night there, and then get off the next day. I love the fact that you get that overnight. I love the fact that it goes to my home city, Halifax. I love the fact that I get to see historic Boston, which I haven't been to in years and years and years. So here's how the cruise works, okay? I will leave a link down below of the cruise so you can check it out. Check the prices, check the location. There are basically two prices right now for every type of cabin. Inside cabin, balcony cabin, ocean view cabin, suites, it doesn't matter. You have the basic package, which is just the cruise, and then you have the perks package, which is Wi-Fi for one device, your gratuities included, and the premium drink package. And right now in US dollars, the difference per person is $500. So if you think about it, it's a 10-day cruise. Wi-Fi would be over $100. So from $500 difference down to $400. Your gratuities would be about $150, $160 a person. So it drops that down to about $250 per person to have the drink package. If you go online and check how much that drink package is, if you bought it on the ship, it would be over about $600. So you would be saving about 50%, a little over 50% if you're going to get the drink package. If you want the cheapest price, that's what you get. If you want the drink package, the difference roughly in the perks and the non-perks is $500. Now here's the thing. Whenever I announce a group cruise, I get inundated with not just a few emails, thousands of emails, folks. Thousands. Now, we only have a limited time. I've set up a reduced deposit sale with Princess starting on the 10th of this month. So what we're going to do is everybody needs to send me the same basic information if you're interested. But first, go take a look at the cruise. Look at the date. make sure it's a cruise that you're interested in and would like to go. Check the prices out, and remember, prices fluctuate. This is the highest it will ever be. We can always drop the price when the price drops. People who have sailed on my groups know some of the prices have dropped $200-300. In some cases, they dropped $2,000. So things can change, but this locks in the price guaranteed. It's over 18 months away, so we have plenty of time for things to happen between here and there. The information I need, if you decide you'd like to come and you're very interested, and you've checked out the prices already, and yes, because it's the same price. I've locked in today's prices. Those are the prices we have. And so I need you to send me the full names of those going, their date of birth, a mailing address, and a phone number that we can reach you for the deposit. And we will be collecting these names all the way from now until the end of the week. And then on the 10th, we begin booking the cabins. So if you look at the cruise and you look at the cabin locations and you say, you know what, I'd like to be in the forward section on deck 10, or I want to be in a mini suite, please let me know what type of cabin you want. So I need the cabin, the names of those going, the date of birth, a mailing address, and a phone number. And also, if you have sailed with Princess before, if you can send me your Princess number, your Captain Circle number, that is a big help as well. We will put all that information together. We have this big, huge list that we create. And one of the benefits of us doing it this way and collecting the names and things like that. Right now, I only have 100 cabins reserved, and I've reserved them in Canadian and US dollars. So the ship only holds about 1,300 people, which means it only has about 750 cabins on board. So you can see where we've already reserved a big chunk of this cruise ship. There was lots of cabins right now. That's the reason I chose this ship. I looked at a celebrity ship, it was almost full. I looked at a Royal Caribbean ship, it didn't have the itinerary I want, etc. This was the itinerary that I liked. I like the fact that it's close ports, not a lot of traveling. If we run into bad weather, we're still going to make our ports because they're close together. And some beautiful, beautiful stops and scenery. So again, if you want to join the cruise, you've checked out the prices from the link down below, and just send us an email. Email's also down below. With all that information, we'll put you on the list. Now remember, thousands of emails, folks. Literally thousands of emails, so please be patient. We probably won't get back to you in an hour. We probably might not get back to you for a couple days because we are collecting all this information all at once. And of course, priority will have to go to those people who provide us all that information right away, right? If somebody says, well, can you send me the price of what an inside cabin would be for 2 people and a balcony cabin for 3 people? And can I see what the price of an ocean view would be with the perks and an ocean? That's why the link's down below. So you can just see. And it's easy. You can make your decision on whether or not you would like to go. The price is right there. All right. That's it. That's my first. And I will have another group cruise announcement at some point for next year. I don't know what it is yet, but this one I wanted to set up because I saw so many cabins available, and I thought, hey, Canadian guy, let's bring you to my home country, and I'll show you around my old hometown and my stomping grounds, and let's check out our country and just see how beautiful, beautiful United States and Canada actually is. Well, I hope you decide to join me. I hope you appreciate this video. If you did, why not give it a thumbs up? Let's see more tips, more tricks, more travel vlogs from around the world, including Canada and United States. Hit that subscribe button. Until next time, have yourself a safe and a great vacation.